Have you ever had someone in your life who you'd do anything for, but the more you tried, the colder they became? You text them first, you remember the little things, you show up, and somehow they disappear. They take hours, sometimes days, to reply. They stop asking how you're doing, and you're left thinking, why are they ignoring me when I'm the one trying? And it hurts, because deep down you feel they actually care. You know they do, but their silence says otherwise. Here's the truth most people don't talk about. The one who loves you most might ignore you the most, not because they don't love you, but because love makes people act in confusing, often fearful ways. Today, we're going deep into the psychology and Stoic wisdom behind this confusing behavior. By the end, you'll understand exactly why this happens and how to protect your peace when it does. On the paradox of familiarity. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you just bought your dream car. At first, you're excited. You wash it every day. You take it for long drives. You admire every detail. But after a while, you stop noticing it. It becomes just another part of your life. You still care about it, but you don't feel that same excitement. That's what happens in relationships. When someone is always there, always kind, always caring, we stop noticing it. Not because we don't appreciate them, but because we get used to them. The more predictable something becomes, the more we take it for granted. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. He's saying, nothing lasts forever, not people, not love, not time. So we should appreciate what we have while it's here. But most people forget that. And so the one who's always there, the one who truly loves, they become invisible. That's why the person who loves you the most might start getting ignored. 2. Not everyone shows love the same way. Some people don't know how to say, I love you. They don't show love by calling or texting often. They don't talk much. They keep things inside, but that doesn't mean they don't care. Think about it like this. Some people grew up in families where love wasn't talked about. Maybe their parents didn't hug them or say nice things, but they provided. They showed up. They gave what they could in the only way they knew how. So now, as adults, they love the same way they were taught. Quietly. Through actions, not words. The Stoic thinker Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. That means we create problems in our head that might not even be real. So when someone is quiet or distant, it's easy to think they don't care about me. But maybe that's just how they express love. Maybe silence isn't rejection, it's just their way of being present, without noise. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, and it still counts. 3. Sometimes they're testing your emotional strength. This one might sound strange, but stay with me. When someone who loves you pulls away or ignores you, it's not always because they've lost interest. Sometimes they want to see how you'll react. They're not doing it on purpose to hurt you, but deep down, they're watching. Will you panic if they don't text back? Will you beg for attention? Will you fall apart without their response? They may not say it out loud, but they're looking for answers. And here's what really matters: how you respond. Do you stay calm? Do you keep your peace? Or do you start chasing, questioning yourself, losing control? The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, believed in this one powerful idea: dwell on the beauty of life. In other words, don't waste energy stressing over things you can't control, especially other people's silence. So if someone ignores you, stay grounded. Let your actions show. I care about you, but my self-worth doesn't depend on your attention. That kind of peace, it speaks louder than begging ever could. 4. Love shouldn't need constant proof. Ever been in a relationship where you feel like you constantly have to prove you care? You say, "I love you," over and over. You do things to show your commitment. You're always making sure they know how much they mean to you. But no matter what you do, it never feels like enough. Here's what's happening. That person might be struggling with insecurity. They're afraid of losing you, so they need constant reassurance. But real love doesn't need to be proven every single day. When you feel safe with someone, you trust the connection, even in silence. Seneca, the Stoic thinker, said, "True strength comes from within." That means you don't need outside validation all the time. If someone really loves you, their actions will show it, without you needing to beg or perform. Love should bring peace, not pressure. 5. They're scared of being vulnerable. Here's something we often forget. Love makes people feel exposed. When you open your heart to someone, you're giving them the power to hurt you. You're showing them the most fragile parts of who you are, and not everyone is ready for that. That's why some people pull away when things get real. Not because they don't care, but because they're scared. They don't want to mess it up. They don't want to say the wrong thing. They don't want you to see their fears, flaws, or emotional baggage. So instead of opening up, they go quiet. The Stoics taught that strength is about handling emotions with courage, not avoiding them. Being vulnerable doesn't make you weak. It means you're real. So if someone distances themselves, don't always assume it's your fault. Sometimes they're just not ready to be seen fully. 6. Walls are built from fear, not from a lack of love. Have you ever been close to someone who just won't let you in? No matter how kind or patient you are, they keep a wall between you. You feel the connection, but there's always something blocking it. Here's the truth. That wall is fear. Fear of being hurt again. Fear of getting too close. Fear of being abandoned like before. So they build emotional walls, not to push you away, but to protect themselves. It has nothing to do with you not being good enough, and everything to do with their past pain. Seneca teaches us that patience is powerful. We must be patient with others. Everyone is fighting a hard battle. So instead of forcing your way in, try understanding what they're protecting. Approach them with empathy, not frustration. You might be the first person to help them feel safe enough to finally open up. 7. It's not always about you. Sometimes they just need space. When someone you care about starts pulling away, the first thing we do is blame ourselves. Did I say something wrong? Am I not enough? Are they losing interest? But here's the thing. Sometimes their distance has nothing to do with you at all. People go through personal struggles they don't always talk about. Stress, family issues, burnout, insecurity, even depression. And when life feels heavy, some people shut down. They don't have the energy to keep up with conversations or relationships, not because they don't care, but because they're drained. The Stoics taught us this. You can't control what others do. You can only control how you respond. So instead of chasing or assuming the worst, take a step back. Sometimes the best gift you can give someone is space, without bitterness, without pressure. And if they truly care, they'll come back stronger after they've handled what they're going through. 8. Some love is selfish, and that's a hard truth. We all want to believe that love is always pure, that people love us for who we are, not just what we give. But here's a reality many avoid. Some people love selfishly. They love you because you make them feel good, because you support them, because you're always there when they need something. But when they don't need anything, they vanish, they go quiet, they ignore you. That doesn't mean they don't care at all, but it means their love is conditional, based on what you provide. Seneca reminds us, not all love is unconditional, and that's okay. Once you recognize this pattern, protect your energy. Don't keep pouring into people who only show up when it benefits them. Love is a two-way street. If it always feels one-sided, it's okay to let go. 9. The more you chase, the more they pull away. Have you ever tried hard to get someone's attention, only to watch them drift even further? It's frustrating. You give more, you reach harder, and yet they become colder. That's because chasing creates pressure, and pressure pushes people away. Imagine trying to catch a butterfly. If you chase it, it flies away. But if you sit still, it might come and land on you. Relationships work the same way. The more you chase someone for love or validation, the more they feel overwhelmed. But when you focus on your own growth, your peace, your passions, you become attractive in a new way. The Stoics believed in self-control. The more you master yourself, the less you need from others. Stop chasing. Start building a life so full, so calm, so grounded, that love comes to you naturally. 10. The most powerful. Love is the one you give yourself. At the end of the day, no one's love will ever feel right if you don't love yourself first. You can chase approval. You can beg for attention. You can bend to please others. But if you don't value yourself, none of it will ever be enough. Here's the truth. The strongest love is self-love. Because when you love yourself, you stop begging for bare minimum effort. You stop feeling broken when someone pulls away. You stop trying to earn love that should have been given freely. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." When you learn to love yourself truly, you become unshakable. You stop being controlled by silence, distance, or confusion, and you realize the person who used to ignore you, they were never more powerful than your own peace. If you got value from this video, like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing Stoic wisdom